Hello!
Fnurk! It turns out my amazing idea to get the schedule back on track failed miserably with the old mystery boxes because Loot Crate didn't send me one this month and I spent ages waiting for it like an idiot. But fear not, we have the amazing mystery box has stepped in once again. I actually picked this up personally from the Insomnia 61 gaming event recently. Hello to everybody who came and said hi. I'm saying hi again, but this time in a video. Ah, dear me, yes. I actually got one there and opened it there, but it has now been replaced with a slightly different one that apparently has things in for Beyond the Watershed, so it's not like all child-safe stuff. There will be some adult bits and bobs. And I tell you what, there was something in the other box I really want, so I'm hoping that's in this one. The downside is they only had them left in extra large, so the t-shirt will be too big for me. What a tragedy. Anyway, what's inside? I don't know, the box is really difficult to get open. Ah! We have, oh god, no. Ah, there we are. Free workout with every box. Well, we've got a leaflet, that's nice. What else have we got? The t-shirt is a Breaking Bad one by the looks of it. There is the Eye of Cranston, which is a bit like the Eye of Sauron, except more character actor based. So I'm guessing it is a grey t-shirt. When I say grey, it's that sort of material that only t-shirts are made out of that looks like this. There's probably a specific name for it. We shall call it Nip Yip, and that is what it shall be known as forever. Yeah, a little picture of Jesse's eye in the corner. Oh, that's quite nice. I would probably wear that, except that's probably going to be too big for me. But never mind, I shall make an amazing balloon out of it and fly off into the sunset. Actually, it's probably not quite big enough for that, and probably not airtight. Bloody balloons. Right, what else have we got? We have Marvel Heroes Battle Dice, the fast-action collectible figure game booster set. I'm going to be honest, I don't have the original game for this, so therefore this will be of very limited use to me. It does have a constipated Spider-Man on the back, though, so that's good. Right, let's see what it's like inside. Oh my god, these really are little miniatures. I quite like the giant dice, though. That's quite nifty. It looks like the dice. I noticed on there it seems to have a hinge. And indeedy do. What's in here? It really doesn't want to open. Is there some trick to it? No, I think you just have to bust your fingernail. Is it supposed to open? What is going on? Right, I'm going to jimmy it open with a knife. That'll teach it. I tell you, if there's not rubies and emeralds in here, I'm going to be bloody disappointed now. Yay! Play during a battle reroll, one foe's figure's battle die, 18 of 23. Fair enough then. Is the idea that you actually put one of the little figures in? Who is that? Is that Sue Storm from the Fantastic Four? I think so. These are very small and perhaps a little bit too small, but I suppose for these miniature games they have to be pretty... Oh, it actually says Invisible Woman on it. That's a bit of a giveaway. I was right. There, you live in there now. We also have Mystique. There she is, pointing an Uzi or something. And Captain America. Remember when Captain America was transparent? Me neither. Well, that's good if you happen to play that exact battle dice game. If not, frankly, that's a bit charity shop fodder, that one, isn't it? Do it on the giant dice, though. What number will we get, everyone? It was a 4. Right, there's a big old Walter White action figure. This I am enjoying. He's asking you to say his name, telling you he's the danger, and then appearing in Trumbo. Walter White, yep, we know that's a collectible figure. That's weird when they put it below the name like that. It sounds like that's what he does in the programme. Breaking Bad, that great TV series all about a collectible figure. It's a really nice figure, actually. A little bit too much paint on the hands, maybe. Looks quite thick. But things like the jacket is incredibly well done. The face is really good as well. Only from Underground Toys. Not anymore. Is this like an exclusive one, then? Oh, yeah, the one in the back is slightly different. He's got dark glasses on. Also, weirdly, the face on the back doesn't actually look quite as good. It looks a bit overly painted. That's odd. Usually the art is better than the actual thing. You can also get assorted plush dolls and a Walter White bobblehead. That's what you get for Christmas if you've been bad. Right, I assume this has large collectible resale value, so therefore I'm going to rip it open. I want to see the face up a bit closer, actually. Oh, it comes with a bag of meth, Granny's favourite, and a bag full of cash, which is a useful accessory for many action figures, such as Mickey Mouse. And here is the figure itself. Whoa! His hat flies off action. Oh, nice, the glasses are removable. Yeah, that's a really good likeness. The glasses, usually removable glasses in action figures are ridiculous and look like space goggles, but those actually quite work. So there we are. Put your hat on. And point. Oh, the arms don't move. It is more statue than figure, actually. That's mildly disappointing. I wanted him to point his gun at other figures and demand money and sell them meth. That's really good, though. That's a really nice figure. I like that. I like that a lot. Stand over there. Right, next up, it's an ice cube tray. Hooray! One of those sundry items we all have anyway. But now we can have ice cubes in the shape of Space Invaders and stuff. I got one of these before, didn't I? From a loot crate ages ago. It had like... sort of symbols loosely related to Marvel heroes. I think these Space Invaders are a bit better than that because there's something more immediately recognisable when you put them in Gran's Mojito or whatever. What's it made of? Is it one of those ones that's quite flexible? I hope not, because if not, if you get one of those rigid plastic ice cube trays like we all used to have in the 80s, you can't actually get the bloody cubes out of them. Oh yeah, no, that's good. You can indeed. Push the back, and out they pop onto the floor where the dog eats them. Taito Corporation, 1978-2012, all rights reserved. Yeah, thanks, guys. That's quite nice. If you particularly want an ice cube tray, it is a jolly sundry. Right, what else we got? Oh, another Marvel Heroes figurine bag. I've got another one of these. I got in the last one, I think, and I'm going to save them for a blind bag video. You will never know what's inside or what it's like until I make the blind bag video, because then you'll know, because you'll watch it with your eyes. And I can see in the bottom is the thing I really wanted, and I am pleased. But first we must look at... Man, he looks unwell. Otaku mini posters. This was in the other box, actually. 2 mini posters enclosed. Mystery inside. Which ones will you get? It could be John Pertwee's son, I think. Smiling Man. People. More people. Angry altercation. Thing going on near some lights. Woman wrecking roof of car. And other smiling man who looks a bit like Sam Raimi from a distance. Right, so this is from Gotham, that sort of weird early days of Jim Gordon before Batman is about series. I'm going to guess that's the Penguin, or what's his name, Cobblepot, Oswald Cobblepot. I haven't seen much of it, and what I did see, frankly, was bloody awful. I don't know if it got better as it went on or something, but I was massively unimpressed with the old Gotham. Right, it must have got, I think it's had like 400 series by now, so it must have improved slightly. Right, these are posters, by the looks of it. Oh yeah, I could have guessed by the way it says 2 mini posters included. Well, here are the mini posters. There is Goggles Mackenzie, who I'm going to guess is Catwoman or something, and is that some sort of young Harvey Bullock or something? I don't know. And that is young Gordon himself, isn't he? And they're standing around some papers doing police things. And I've just noticed it's totally out of focus. That's good, isn't it? There we are. Now everything's better. Well, they're all right if you particularly want posters of Gotham. And when I say posters, it's just one poster and something that looks more like just a screen cap from the series. But anyway, here is the big final. Finale, even. Yeah, I wanted one of these. Game of Thrones construction sets, the Iron Throne Room. With lovely, lovely Joffrey. Everybody's favourite. And one of the Kingsguard there. Could be... Good God, what was his name? Mervyn Trant? I can't remember. So I have seen these listed before. There was one on Hot UK Deals that was reduced recently, this exact set, for like, I can't remember how much it was, but I remember considering buying it and then it's sold out. Includes the legendary Iron Throne, faux marble floors, candelabras, raised platform with steps and a mounted ornate symbol of the 7-pointed star. Contains His Grace Joffrey Baratheon and a member of his Kingsguard. Oh, it's a generic one. And you can build your army if you want to give them lots more money. Right, let's just see if we can open this up. All the boxes today seem incredibly difficult to open. Oh, yep, and it's glued in. Brilliant. Let's get the tools on it. 1 and 2. We're sorted. Oh, no, I can't get this. Oh, God. This is proper construction-y. Oh, blimey. Wasn't expecting this. Yeah, we've got some proper weathered Lego look going on there. Crikey. Some more standard Lego going on there. Some bits and bobs there. Oh man, this is a much bigger thing than I thought, actually. There's the symbol of the new gods and all that stuff. Miscellaneous items. Floor plates. That is the Iron Throne itself and Kingsguard. Where's the little... I need a small Joffrey. Where is he? Where does he live? There's parts of him in here. Or is that parts of the King's... I think it's all a bit mixed up, actually. Where's Joffrey's head? That's all we need today. Joffrey's head. There it is. Right. Can we make it out there? That's actually really nicely sculpted. It does vaguely look like Joffrey's head. There's no real paint on it. It doesn't seem to have any eyes or anything. But there we are. It is very small. But eyes are important, guys. If you have somebody's eyes on it, just throw people off. And there is the Iron Throne itself, complete with severed arm. Nice. Right. Blimey, I'd better put that together and jump cut to it then. This took bloody ages to build. I mean, really, it took like the best part of 2 hours. There wasn't actually that many pieces. Well, there's more than it looks, as typical with all of these Lego-y type building stuff. But, yeah, my God, I don't know if you ever built anything out of, shall we say, not quite genuine Lego, but it has that feel where nothing fits together properly and you're having to force everything and it's cutting your fingers up and it takes bloody ages. And, oh, we got there, though. And it actually looks pretty good. Also, doesn't really look like it was made out of construction blocks, really, apart from these bits at the side, which kind of makes you think they should have just given you a background, really. But there we are. Now I have destroyed my thumbs. All is well with the world. Yes, so let's look at what we've got then. We've got, like, the thing there representing the 7 new gods, isn't it? We've got one of the swords that seem to have broken slightly in the package, which is a shame, but such is life. Bit of window, the Iron Throne made from the melted down swords of the Targaryen's enemies, I believe. There's the King's Guard, who's got a kind of thing going on. Crick in the neck, would you say? Let's zoom in a bit there. Yeah, he's just looking down the whole time as if he's inspecting the floor, because the little peg that his head goes on is kind of bent up. Actually, let's have a quick look at him. It's this man. Remember him? Probably not, because he's probably nobody specific. There is King Joffrey himself, the miserable little shit being all psycho. Grrr. Hope you don't get poisoned, mate. That'd be a shame, wouldn't it? And of course, there's Sweet Bippy, the happiest duck in all of Westeros. So yeah, that's quite a good thing, really. I wish I had a couple more small figurines to go along with it, but there we are. I mean, I've got the king and one of his guards and the cartoon duck, so what more do you want for an authentic Game of Thrones scene? Ah, dearie me. Right, before we go on, I will mention that if you want one of these amazing mystery boxes, the first thing is, remember that they don't all have the same stuff inside, like loot crates and that. There is indeed a mystery to it, so you won't necessarily get the same things as somebody else who orders it at the same time. And if when ordering you use the code Ashens, you will get an extra t-shirt inside, because I'm sick of you guys being naked from the waist up. Right, next box. Lovely, lovely. It's nostalgia in a box again. Who remembers the toy box nostalgia things we did a while ago? Well, I'm doing some more. I've got 2 again, one 80s, one 90s. I have no idea which is which, so let's find out by opening this one. This is the thank you. Now enjoy the nostalgia, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, what actually? Can't tell. It's looking more 80s. It's like a comic. Yes, this is an 80s one, I think. Right, I'm fairly confident this is 80s. I've already found 2 muscle wrestlers, which is that thing based on... is it Kanuki Man? I can't remember the original Japanese name, but I forget every time. Here's a guy made out of diamonds or something, and he's a bit purple. And the standard flesh-coloured one with a map of the world on his cape. And on the front, a very angry eyebrow and a head like some sort of basketball. That's very interesting. Right, what else have we got? We've got... Didn't see that coming. We've got a copy of Video's Revenge, a game I have heard of, but couldn't tell you really anything about other than it's called Video's Revenge, for the Acorn Electron. That's pretty obscure. I mean, it was one of the larger 80s computers in the UK, but I don't know what the chances of somebody getting this are and actually having something they can play on. I mean, an Electron game, chances are it'll play on a BBC B and probably a BBC Master as well. And I have both upstairs, so I'm probably all right, but that's a pretty obscure thing. Blast the invading aliens as they form in wave attacks. Clear them in the allotted time before they turn into super breeds and become even more dangerous. Successive waves attack faster in more ferocious and menacing formation. Your features are Smart Bomb, Inviso Flight, and Power Blasting. Sounds a bit Space Invadery. I tell you what, I'm going to splice in some gameplay footage now. So there we are, it's a kind of vertical defender thing going on. Anyway, now to look in the rest of the box, which I've completely forgotten about because I've been gone for half an hour doing video game stuff. We have Snotty sign stickers. 15 signs in each pack. Oh my god, this has got to be the guys behind Garbage Pail Kids, surely. Oh my god. Rancid bubblegum. Oh, proper, oh god, proper mouldy. Look at that. I imagine if you do get one of these, it's not a good idea to eat that. Let's just put that to one side. Oh god. Oh, bloody hell. It's harder than a rock. It's bloody exploded and thrown rotten bubblegum at me. Well, I didn't expect that to happen today, and that's where the rot's gone into the picture at the back. Oh my god. Well, so the signs are actually, oh I see, they're stickers, and they're just made out like American road signs. You've got Smell My Socks, Brian's Breath Kills, not really useful if you don't know somebody called Brian, Kitty Litter in Lunch, School Lunches Cause Hunger, Lauren is Lazy, Dirty Laundry Under Bed, Condemned by Board of Health, No Trust in Justin, hey. Math Teacher is a Nerd, Mutants Keep Out, particularly X-Men related one there, Matthew Eats His Puke, that's a nice one, My Teacher is Nuts, Expensive Radio in Car, okay, that's a bit left field, Stephanie is a Spaz, good god, and Beware Bad Breath Zone. And on the back you can form some big picture, oh, apparently of that. This is what your completed red border puzzle will look like. Gonna be honest, quite glad I'll never complete that. Well, that's a thing, isn't it? Blimey. Yeah, one of the least impressive sticker sets I've ever seen from the 80s. Very strange. Right, what else we got? We've got... ooh. The battle rages outside Arakeen Palace. Oh my god, it's Dune! We've had these before, haven't we? Peter orders Paul and Jessica into the desert. Into the desert with you. Rabban on the bridge, eh? The Beast Rabban, or Rabban, I can't remember how they pronounce it now. There he is chucking somebody off. Everybody's favourite. You know they made an action figure of that character, good god. The Baron greets Dr. Yui, the traitor. Alright, mate. Yeah, Baron's not looking very well there, really, is he? And Peter replays Dr. Yu for his services. Wasn't he the guy in Quantum Leap who used to appear as a hologram from the computer in the future? I can't remember. He's... is that Brad Dourif? It was Brad Dourif, wasn't it? Yes. Went on to do the voice of Chucky, of course. In fact, may have done it beforehand. I can't remember what year the first Child's Play film was released. And I believe played Wormtongue in the Lord of the Rings films. And he was in Alien Resurrection and a lot more. Anyway, I really hope I've got the actor right there. We have, oh my god, a vintage Star Wars figure of the Emperor. Without his staff, unfortunately. And not the best paint there, but there we are. What do you expect from a random box of stuff? Always a strange figure, the Emperor one, because they sort of tried to do the cloak entirely with hard plastic, and it came out a bit weird, I'll be honest with you. It just looks like he's wearing really crazy flares. Disco is life. Right, what else have we got? Oh, something else here. More Dune stickers! You can never have too many Dune stickers. Duke Leto orders a rescue. Good for him. The worm attacks. The harvester is... good god, these were crap, weren't they? The worm attacks and the harvester is destroyed. Good luck working out what either of those actually is showing. The treachery begins. Love me some treachery. And the fierce Sardaukar attack. God, they're so awful, those cards. They really think kids are really going to be into Dune. It wasn't like Star Wars, you know, particularly not when you're getting like David Lynch to direct it. And finally, a comic book. The advertisement on the back looks interesting at the very least. The Expert Builders series from Lego Technic. Definitely not kid stuff. It is The Flash, the fastest man alive. When your wife died, you knew mine would die too. Why didn't you tell me? That's pretty weird. That's is that a thing that was big for boys buying comics in the 80s? Yeah, I want my superheroes' dead wives collections. My god. Oh, there's is that Dr. Fate? Pretty sure that's... yes, actually, he's addressing him as Dr. Fate, so I'm guessing I've got the character right there. Go on, let's have a look at one of the ads in them. They're usually the most interesting part when you're looking from a nostalgia point of view. The magic in gum is bubble yum. And was that actually available over here, or was this an imported American one? Because you used to see all sorts of stuff advertising these you couldn't actually buy. Yeah, NBC Superstar Saturday Pow. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty American TV channel thing. Interesting. Actually, the easiest way to tell. If it's got the 60 cents on it, and then the UK afterwards, it's going to have all American ads. Anyway, just make sure I've left nothing in here. No. Let's have a look in the 90s box then. That was quick. Right, this time we have more of the pamphlets. Oh God, Pokemon stickers. What are they Pokemon? Oh, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, good God. That proves how much I know about these things. It's Kuribo! He is shiny and has scary eyes. He is a fiend and has an effect. Good for him. Gather your mind. And there's somebody giving themselves a dead leg, I think. A magical merchant. Bloody hell. Scary beetle merchant. Bonding. H2O. Good for you. Familiar possessed area. Well, it's a hobby. Unshaven angler. Why would you shave a fish? Level up. Armed dragon level 3. Dark Mimic level 1. And everybody's favourite, Malice Doll of Demise. Well, that's genuinely quite creepy, actually. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard by the effect of a continuous spell card, special summon this card from the graveyard during the standby phase of your turn. I'm glad to see it's not complicated then. Actually, I have played this. I had a computer version, so you didn't have to collect the cards. For I will not play any competitive game where both people don't have access to the same cards at the start, because what's the point? Oh, I've got more money than you, so I went and bought lots more cards than you did, so I have more chances of winning. Yeah, great game, guys. 10 points. Right, next up. Oh, it's an Arnie. I don't recognise this Arnie. Interesting. Yep, it's clearly Mr. Schwarzenegger in quite chunky action figure form. Right, it's got to be a Terminator one. A, because most of the Arnie figures are Terminator related, and B, there's like a barcode and a number on the arm. Interesting. Man, that's not one of the best Arnie faces. Right, there's a lot of sort of bullet holes and things in here. It's got to be a Terminator one, hasn't it? Got to be. The numbers and that. But it ain't one we recognise. It's probably from the later series. Rather than just like the Terminator 2 figures, they did a series called Terminator 2 Future War, where they extrapolated and made stuff up that could happen in the future wars as shown in the films. This will be one of those, I feel. I've just noticed. Look, the neck is clearly much smaller on the head than it is on the actual neck stump, meaning... Oh no, it does, yeah, I was going to say there's almost certainly a removable head. Legs and arms don't... Oh, no, that arm does. You know what this means? Oh, yes. I'm looking for Sarah Connor. I don't think that's actually the idea. But there was one where, I reckon this is the figure, there's like a repair figure or something, and it came with like a smashed up head and a smashed up arm, and you could pull the head and arm off and replace them with fixed up ones. I'm guessing that's what this is, although I've never seen one in the wild before. There we are, he's controlling him now. This is exactly how Pacific Rim 2 is going to play out. Right, next up we have, it's a Mega Drive game. Oh, blimey. LHX Attack Chopper. My chopper is partially wireframe, like Automan's car. There's a blast from the past. Mega Chopper Combat. In the first realistic 3D helicopter simulation, fly the LHX and AH-64 Apache on strike missions in the world's hottest battle zones. Blimey. Very early 3D going on there. 3D not being the Mega Drive strong point, but that's interesting. The EA cartridge with the big yellow lump in it. That's interesting. I'm going to have a go at that because I've never actually heard of this game or played it before. Intriguing. I imagine quite a few of you out there are familiar with it, though. And here are what I'm going to assume are some monster in my pockets. They're slightly bigger and slightly more rubbery. I'd say rubberier than normal, and that is not a good word. I'm not sure they are monster pocket, actually. They don't have that kind of... maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I'm going to go for probably. There is a scary squid type thing. Quite a large one by the looks of it. You're not going to be having that as calamari starter. And weird, mostly faced... Oh, there's a face in there, look. There it is, with horns or tubes or something going back. Holding a big yellow hammer. Looks like a block of cheese or a stick he's going to hit things with. That's a very strange thing. I wonder where they're from. No, I'm still going to guess at Monster in my Pocket, but I am not at all sure. Next up, more Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Penguin Soldier. Harpy Girl. Gaia Soul, the Combustible Collective. Wasn't that Yaz's backing band in the 80s? Harpy's Hunting Ground. Mind Hacksaws. Oh, God. Eagle Eye. Cherry. Homunculus, the Alchemic Being. Malice Dispersion. Furin Karzan. And Moki Moki King. Fairy Fusion Effect. Moki Moki plus Moki Moki plus Moki Moki. When this card is removed from the field, you can special summon as many Moki Moki as possible from your graveyard. I'm confused. Right, what's in here before we look at the comic? Naught else by the looks of it. And what is the comic from the 90s? It's advertising Disturbed 10,000 Fists, the new album. I am a musician. Please listen to my SoundCloud and Bandcamp. Right, what we got? Green Arrow! Oh, there he is, fighting at somebody who looks a bit like the devil or something. Never really been a fan of Green Arrow. Yeah, it's been massive success of the television series recently, where obviously he looks a bit different to the sort of Robin Hood get-up. Quake 4 being advertised for the Xbox 360. Oh my god, that's how old the Xbox 360 is now. We're getting 12-year-old comics, and my god. Yep, they're all advertised in it. Plus, you can go to the Joe Kuwit School of Cartoon and Graphic Art Incorporated, which is celebrating their 29th year. So, you know, it's all good, really, innit?
Subscribe for more.